The Zimbabwean polls closed earlier this month, but we're still dealing with the aftermath of the landmark election. The MDC Alliance is challenging the outcome in court, and today Zanu-PF filed opposing papers. The inauguration of the governing party's leader, Emmerson Mnangagwa, has been put on hold after the opposition cried foul. Joining us tonight is Kennedy Mandaza of the Zanu-PF. Warm welcome.
Thank you, and good evening to the viewers.
The Zanu-PF filed papers. What's going on here? Tell us what the process is now.
Like what has happened with MDC, they've exercised their democratic right, and following what is in the Constitution, that if they feel hard done with the results of the polls that took place on the 30th of July, they can go to court, to the Constitutional Court, to seek if there is any remedy to what they feel agree with. So Zanu-PF, having noticed and having received the papers that were submitted on the 10th, last week on Friday, they've now submitted their own opposing documents, saying that we are ready to defend what we believe we rightfully won.
Okay, and what's the timeline here? When is this going to end?
The Constitution states that once the MDC or the people that feel aggrieved have submitted their forms, their petition, this should take 14 days. So we are expecting that, given that the courts open today, it should take 14 days for the finalization.
And tell me what sort of impact this is having on the country and what people are saying. I should imagine that they must be really frustrated that it's not over yet and making them feel pretty insecure about the entire process.
It's not only the people of Zimbabwe that feel hard done with what is happening in the country. The people expected that immediately after the elections, we should go back to business to make sure that we begin to work, to make sure that we restore the economy of the country, we unite the people of the country, we begin to work to make sure that we are developing the country as it were. But this petition and the postponement of the inauguration of the president has made that we put on hold quite a number of programs that are supposed to have been already working or having been put in place to revitalize the economy of Zimbabwe. And
the longer it takes, obviously, people get more frustrated, increasingly frustrated. Are you worried about the security situation? There was a flare-up before and during the elections. What's the feeling there?
Definitely we are worried because what we are seeing from the opposition is that, like what happened before the elections, they already had said that if elections, the results do not come in their favor, then they are going to do something else. Which is what they have done. And we saw the flare-up of the violence on the 1st of August, which unfortunately led to the death of 6 people when the military intervened. And right now we also see that the opposition, they are saying, with the petition that they put in to the Constitutional Court, they expect that it should be ruled in their favor. But we can't have a situation where you seek arbitration, and when you are going to the court, you already have a predetermined outcome. I think it should be left to the judges now to make a decision. But this, which we see from the opposition, psyching people for a predetermined result, which if it does not come in their favor, might result in the country getting into turmoil because
let's leave it there.
People's expectations would have been raised.
Kennedy Mandaza, thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
After this, you probably know the movie and might have read the book too. So what's making the South African theatre production of The Colour Purple such a hit? This is Tonight with Jane Duncan.